observed radiations onto transparencies and orientating over Armstrong's plan to find an appropriate fix. The second attempt required Armstrong's plan along with the radiations to be entered into AutoCAD and orientating it in a similar manner. Both of these methods were abandoned due to inaccuracies and the inability to sustain the required fix, and also not being able to move the radiations freely. Armstrong's 1830 plan of Newcastle was then orientated with an AutoCAD by adopting a couple of points in the plan. It was then scaled and orientated to be on a current MGA coordinate system. The points used to fix the plan were the northwestern corner of the burial ground and the northwestern corner of the Great Northern Hotel, which was known as the Ship Inn in 1830. This process of fixing Armstrong's plan had already been completed in a previous student project completed by John Wilson and Alex Widgery in 2006. The process of how these coordinates were calculated along with the accuracies obtained can be found within their report. To orientate the plan, the 2 points mentioned above were used to shift, rotate and scale the image within AutoCAD with the Armstrong plan as a raster image. It was orientated by using the transformation function within AutoCAD and entering the aforementioned points as site coordinates and entering the MGA coordinates of each point to shift, rotate and scale the image to MGA coordinates. The process was then checked to ensure it had orientated correctly. The accuracy of the orientation of the plan was found to be approximately 0.1 metres in easting and 2.9 metres in northing. Coordination of Armstrong plan enabled the process of calculating and finding the location of Mitchell's stations. To calculate the position of the stations, common points between Mitchell's observed points and points on Armstrong's plan were used. For the best results of the resection, easily identifiable points that could be fixed more accurately were used in the calculations of the resection. The coordinates for these selected locations were found from the coordinated Armstrong by scrolling the cursor over the desired location to read the position's MGA coordinates. With the plan put onto MGA in AutoCAD, it allowed this process to have relevance with today's current coordination network. Using the angles derived from Mitchell's observations between these features, the resection calculation could calculate the position of Mitchell's station setup locations. Then the observations could be calculated as directions by inserting the radiations to the 3 points used in the resection and a swing calculated to adjust to the rest of Mitchell's angular observations. This process could be repeated for each of Mitchell's setup locations, and then by method of intersection, the locations of the points observed by Mitchell could be coordinated.
An additional aim for this project was to determine the accuracy of Sir Thomas Mitchell's observations. So, with the MGA coordinated Armstrong plan, the accuracy for all the stations was determined using the greatest difference between the resected stations and all observations to that station from other positions. This accuracy is referred to as the max error. Now, upon leaving a station and moving to another location, Mitchell sometimes failed to observe that station. Thus, no observations were taken, leaving only 11 stations to be used in the accuracy determination. The results for the range of observations were plus or minus 0.5 to 66.2 metres east and plus or minus 0.9 to 43.2 metres north. However, 2 stations were proved to be outliers, which when removed greatly improved the range of accuracy to plus or minus 0.5 to 15.1 and plus or minus 0.9 to 3.8 metres. For the remaining 9 resected stations, that could be analysed, with the majority of these results between 2 and 3 metres in both the east and north directions. However, it must be stated that these are influenced by the accuracy of the Armstrong plan, with the accuracy stated by the previous student project to be in the order of plus or minus 4.1 metres east and plus or minus 2.1 metres north. Now, this could well possibly mean that Sir Thomas Mitchell's observations were more accurate than the Armstrong plan, as it was assumed error-free to give a starting point for determining the accuracy of Mitchell's observation. A photograph of Newcastle was used to identify where each of these stations and points were located today. Shown here, firstly, are the 3 stations named by Mitchell that were located at Signal Hill, with station at Bonfire, Mitchell's first station, station at 1 at Point G, his 5th station, and station at Point X, Mitchell's 6th survey station. As shown on the current aerial photograph, each is located around the Fort Scratchley site. Mitchell continued to position and name stations around Newcastle, with Station 3 at point 10, currently the intersection of Watch and Reserve Roads.